Welcome everyone to the Steel City Slamboree podcast, but in the time of which Ewan is away.
Indeed.
Where pretty much, I've already posted a post.
Yep.
There will be like a series within the podcast. There's three of them. There's this one, which is going to be the origins of Slamboree, where me and Ewan are going to talk about how we got into wrestling, and a bunch of other stuff as well in all the separate episodes. There's the Slamboree Showdown, where we're going to play a bunch of games.
Yep.
The next one, I think, out after this will be our first Guess the Brackets video.
Okay.
And there's also, with me and a good friend of mine, Ellie, hopefully, me and her are going to be doing the outside perspective.
Okay.
Where me and her are going to watch documentaries and then talk about them.
I'm excited for
after that. It's kind of like a true die-hard wrestling fan's perspective with a non-wrestling fan's perspective.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's...
pretty good, hopefully.
Like good and attractive, I suppose, to watch. You won't be able to see Ellie, unfortunately. No. For most people.
Yeah.
But so this is just the start of what will be 3 months of kind of stuff that isn't time related.
Yeah, different content, but hopefully good content still.
Because Ewan is away, so it's going to be the week after WrestleMania.
Yep.
Up until sometime in June.
That is correct, yes.
So today's episode, as you see on the screen, we're doing the origins of Slamboree.
Yes.
Where we're pretty much going to talk about how we got into wrestling, our earliest memories,
I'm going to embarrass myself.
Who was the girl or the guy that started the journey for us?
Yeah.
What moment made us lock in the most with wrestling? Yeah. And where we kind of got into it properly, and then it never went away. Yeah. And then how our fandom has changed over the years. Yeah. So I feel like especially with you, it's changed massively.
Oh, indeed.
So, I don't really know where to start this off. Unless you have a good idea.
No, I mean, what does it say at the top of that? Right there.
On there it says how we fell in love with wrestling. Early memories.
Well, that's a good place to start, right?
Because the only reason I put first/early is because you have a first memory. Because when you were with me.
Yes.
But then you have the finding it, getting back into it by yourself.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So shall I start?
Go on then.
So, first memory is you watching it. I'm just in the room. Because obviously, in case you didn't know, my brother is 8 years my senior, 7-8 years.
Yeah, considerably older.
So I'm just there like a 6-7-year-old, just like, oh, my brother's downstairs watching TV. Oh, I'm just going to go down and be annoying. I don't know. Yeah. He probably didn't even want me down there.
It was the typical younger brother thing was, I just want to be with my brother.
That's pretty much it. And I see the wrestling on the TV. It was probably around sort of WrestleMania 31. Yeah. I would have said Roman and Brock. I remember AJ Lee, Paige, Bella Twins for the women's division. That's basically it. Fair. And then, Roman, Brock, Seth. That was kind of the time I remember.
Yeah.
And then sort of I got into wrestling originally through YouTube clips. Okay. Because they would come up naturally. I remember the first... I started really badly with Game Show NXT.
Wow.
Because when you're 7 or 8, I don't think you realise how crap TV that is. You're like, oh, this storyline's kind of cool.
Oh, this is fun.
Caitlyn, Dolph Ziggler, and Vicky Guerrero. This is great storytelling we're doing right here. But then I liked AJ Lee. I think I probably just had a crush on her as an 8-year-old kid. Yeah. And then I watched some AJ Lee actual wrestling matches, and then they just turned into whatever segments I could find, basically.
Yeah, okay.
But I've waffled enough about my earlier memories. But that's basically it, yeah. Game Show NXT. Now it's on to my brothers, which I actually don't know.
My earliest thing, oh my god. So
it was Lita and Edge's Live Sex Celebration.
It may as well have been, because it was the feud between John Cena and Edge, which kicked everything off for me. Yeah. Which was with your dad, my stepdad.
That's right, yeah.
We used to watch it when we lived in the flat, which you never lived in. No. I think we got a new house because you were on the way.
Yeah, well, they felt they had to step up the game for me. So.
But no, for me, it was John Cena and Edge's feud was pretty much the earliest stuff I remember. Yeah. I remember Rob Van Dam being around a lot of the time. Yeah. The Boogeyman used to scare the crap out of me, which was kind of the idea. Yeah. But I found it awful. Yeah. And because of how things were in the UK, which is more apparent now that I think and look back at it. Yeah. I was a massive Raw guy compared to SmackDown. Okay. But that's because on a Monday, I would watch The Bottom Line, which was the highlights of Raw show on Sky Sports. Yeah. And then on a Friday, I'd be at my dad's. My dad didn't like me watching wrestling, so I'd miss the SmackDown
version, yeah.
So yeah, I pretty much only watch Raw, which feels like really weird now because I watch everything.
He does watch everything, yeah.
Literally everything. If it's on, I will watch it. Apart from Evolve. I don't watch
Evolve, yeah.
I'll draw the line at Evolve.
Yeah, they've got to get past Evolve to get my respect. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's kind of John Cena, Edge, Lita, Van Damme.
Yeah.
DX.
Yeah,
when they had their second go around.
John Cena and Edge is still your favourite feud, isn't it? Of all time?
Absolutely.
So that's pretty special.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, when you like have a movie and it's like the movie. Yeah. You have your favourites around it, but it's always that one.
Yeah, mine was, for the longest time, it was The Incredibles. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
But I used to love The Incredibles, yeah.
Yeah, I think the earliest I had of like comedies that are for someone who is of an adult age was That's My Boy. Adam Sandler. So I loved that film for ages because it was like the first one I was properly introduced to.
Yeah, I get that actually because my first, one of my favourite matches of all time is also one of the first ones I saw, which is Team Cena vs Team Authority. And I still love that.
And it is just an absolute perfect match.
So I do get the John Cena and Edge thing is still
it just won. So my favourite match of all time, which is something we'll probably talk about more in one of the later episodes, is Cena versus Edge from Unforgiven 2006.
Yeah.
And it's pretty based around that. It's like nothing's come close to that. I will, as I call Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door, the best match I've seen live. Yeah, as in when I sat and watched it at home. Yeah. Swerve and Danielson, probably the best match I've seen in person.
Yeah.
But if you were to say to somebody, "Oh, my favorite match of all time is Edge and Cena at TLC," they're like, "Oh, there's so many better matches." But it's that case of if it's so ingrained into your wrestling soul, he's never going to move.
That's the thing. I kind of have an issue with people who say their favourite match is like Omega vs Ospreay from Forbidden Door or Shawn Michaels vs Undertaker from WrestleMania 25. First of all, there's no personality there.
No. You know what a trend is.
Yeah. You've got to have surely a match that other people don't think is good, which you think is good. Or
that's the point of opinion.
It's got to be special to you.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
But that's fair enough.
Yeah, so, I mean, other than Game Show NXT. What was some... I don't know, some other things you kind of remember from early in?
Yeah, so obviously I've just mentioned Team Cena vs Team Authority was the first, maybe even one of the first matches I ever saw, but definitely the first match I thought was this is pretty sick.
Yeah. Actually, sorry to interrupt. One of the early jokes that me and Ewan have had during our wrestling careers, fandom careers.
Indeed.
The Miz,
yeah, okay, yeah. So actually, I feel I'd go. Actually, before we get to the Miz, Randy Orton.
Yeah, I had Randy Orton down the show. Absolute favourite for the longest time.
Well, obviously, as brothers do, we used to wrestle. I mean, we still do. I don't know why I said used to, but we still do.
Yes.
But whenever my brother would be like, "Who do you want to be?" and I'd just be like, "Oh, Randy Orton." I don't even know if I know. I may probably know 5 guys. I probably know Randy Orton at that time. Randy Orton, John Cena, Big Show, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston. I'd say were the 5 guys I know.
Key guys. When people talk about
20
non-wrestling fans talk about a few people: Sheamus, Big Show, maybe John Cena, Randy Orton. Yeah.
But Randy Orton. that was my guy at the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
But The Miz. Oh my God.
It's like a convoluted joke that's turned into reality. It's so funny.
It happens a lot with me now, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I used to take the piss out of Carmelo Hayes all the time.
Yeah.
And now he's one of my favourites. Yeah. But my brother always used to joke around about how much I love The Miz, and I hated him.
Yeah.
All kids hate The Miz. The Miz is designed for kids to hate him.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I actually started to like The Miz. It all turned around.
And now he's his boy.
Now I really do like The Miz. He's underappreciated.
But yeah, if I ever wanted to insult Ewan, he's his favourite, The Miz.
Yeah, I don't like The Miz. Yeah, that's true. That's funny.
So, I mean, that's a good kind of transition, I guess, into who was the guy or girl, that kind of locked you in.
There's only one guy. It's my favourite guy, Seth Rollins. It has to be Seth Rollins. What? I mean, one of the best in-ring wrestlers ever, I would say.
Currently,
definitely. But he got me in because he was a heel in all the stuff I liked.
Yeah, true.
He was such a authority bastard.
The future Seth Rollins.
But then you're in the ring, you're like, how can I boo this guy? This guy's crazy.
Yeah.
Him and Ziggler at the end of that match Cena vs. Authority just cook. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, no, completely agree.
As for you, I have a guess.
John Cena. John Cena. Yeah. I was one of those guys. Especially as I didn't watch SmackDown, I didn't really get the hype behind Batista.
Yeah,
because they were your kind of two choices. It's Cena or Batista.
Batista is like among people your age specifically, really famed upon. Yeah,
and I'm like, Batista wasn't really that good, as good as John Cena.
Yeah.
And his career was well short.
Yeah, he wasn't around long. No. He went away for a lot and then came back. He did films and stuff.
So, like, I never understood behind Batista. I saw as, like, the guy on SmackDown is The Undertaker.
Yeah, okay.
Who was the guy over there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for me, John Cena.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam I was a big fan of.
Yeah.
I'd say Edge. But, like, I wasn't a fan of it. I hated Edge. I just despised the guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, who else I really liked.
I mean, I always liked Roman Reigns, and then I was told to hate him. And I was like, I know he'll come good, and he did.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So,
DX, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. The thing is, when you're that young, you don't even appreciate how good Shawn is in the ring and how good they are in the ring. It's just the fact that, like, they're just going around taking the piss out of everything. It's just funny.
When you're young, I don't think you don't think as much about in-ring
stuff. You just who entertains me and who doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good place to start, definitely.
Yeah, and it's a case of John Cena every week, just absolutely having a laugh.
Yeah, I mean, I still like John Cena. He's been around long enough.
Like
he's been around long enough.
But yeah, so those guys.
Yeah.
But like through that, so obviously you start getting introduced into stuff. You talk about like Seth Rollins stuff. Is like a moment or a feud or matches that really made you lock in as to like where we are now. Like when you go from just have a look at it to but I'm watching every week.
Yeah, so I remember it wasn't long ago. To be fair, it's not been that long. I started watching. Well, no, I watched every week in like 2018, but I didn't keep going till now. I stopped for a bit, and then I started watching after WrestleMania 38, which really isn't that long ago.
No, and like you kept up with it a lot during the pandemic, but that's because there's literally nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the Bloodline then, I guess. They're what make you watch every week, like. That was every SmackDown was pretty mid in 2022, but then you get like the Bloodline segment, you're like, this is fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably the Bloodline
came up with it.
Yeah, I'm one of them actually, because that's its own category of fan, innit? The Bloodline got them back into it.
Like the like with AEW.
Yeah.
The CM Punk people.
Yeah, exactly.
I am one of those ones.
Oh, you went with CM Punk.
So when I heard, CM Punk's back, I'm watching it. And I'm clearly watching it.
Yeah.
But like, I think the difference is that I then went back and watched the past stuff.
Yeah,
got myself caught up to where we are now.
Yeah. Well, it's better to do that then than now because you've got so 7 years.
To do now, but
back then it was only 2.
2. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And you kind of. The pandemic, you kind of hit and miss. You're like, I need to watch everything in the pandemic.
Yeah, it's hard to get through that, isn't it?
So, yeah, I mean, for me, I don't really think it's like I had a lock-in moment because I never went away. Like most of the people my age kind of, I watched it when I was a kid, and then I went away.
Yeah.
I got into cool stuff like football, and then I came back in again. I do like football. I got into football late, actually.
Yeah,
which is kind of the wrong way to do it in like the general consensus way.
Yeah,
I think it was more the case of I started watching every week as soon as I could have access to watch it every week.
Yeah, okay. So when was that? I don't even know when that was.
Well, the WWE Network was definitely a big kick-off point for that. But then at the same time, I still I haven't got a job, so I'm not paying for anything.
Yeah.
At this point, I've also living with my dad full time, so I don't have all the access to it. So everything is just YouTube. Watch everything on YouTube.
Yeah. What an app YouTube is, eh?
Oh my god! Talk about generational apps to bring in.
He must be loaded, the guy.
Oh, he must be. Or he's got divorced and he has half of what he should have.
Yeah, probably actually. Yeah.
But I think I put it in the terms of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So WrestleMania 31, I didn't watch live, but I remember hearing about Seth's cash-in.
Yeah.
And I almost immediately in my brain went, I need to buy this on DVD so I can watch it back.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what, as soon as it became available on DVD, I bought it and watched it through. Yeah. And the thing is, it's now seen as like, I see it as like a milestone WrestleMania for myself.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a pretty bad WrestleMania.
That's debatable. Some people like that WrestleMania.
Like
it's not amazing.
It's not an amazing one. 32, no. I literally followed all night on Twitter.
Okay, yeah.
It was a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
But I stayed up all night and then just watched everything come through on Twitter, which, it's not. It's probably the better way to do it for the WrestleMania than it actually was.
Yeah.
But 33 was the first one I watched live.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was living at my dad's still.
Yeah.
And it was reacting to everything.
Yeah.
Laid in bed, watching it on my iPad, which is now your iPad, the mini one. So
yeah.
Reacting to everything silently. So, as if I'm miming reactions.
Yeah.
So when the Hardys returned.
Oh, man, yeah.
I'm going crazy.
Locking in, yeah.
But, no sound at all.
No.
Because my parents are, asleep next door.
Yeah. I mean...
And then, as I said, as soon as the network came out and you could watch all the pay-per-views, and then I could afford to buy the network for myself all the time. Because I could ask my dad, can I have this?
Yeah.
But you only get it for the month.
Yeah.
You got the free month, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So you had to pick and choose your time for the 3 months to get it right.
Yeah.
So probably from WrestleMania 33 onwards.
Yeah.
But I did end up, I think I used my free month for the WWE Network to watch SummerSlam 2016.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember...
Yeah.
Again, a bit of lore between me and you.
Yeah.
Is that we were going on holiday literally the day after SummerSlam. Yeah. So I stayed up, watched all of SummerSlam.
3-4 a.m. I should imagine.
And then went on holiday with you in the morning where we went to Wales.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they went in the afternoon. No.
Oh, no.
We got the train.
We get the train.
So, it was early. It was an early start.
Yeah.
So
that's probably, I'm pretty sure you had a strop on that holiday. It's probably because you were tired.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, no, the first WrestleMania I watched live was 36. So I, again, started with the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Because I believe...
There's no other... Because you used to use my login for the network.
Yeah. I actually believe 36 is the worst Mania of all time, by the way. Because just no crowd. Just even 27.
You can... It's the rewatchability of a WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm never watching it back.
You...
He's got to take his bins out.
Okay, so if you want to talk while I turn that off.
Yep. Yeah. So WrestleMania, first WrestleMania I watched was WrestleMania 36, and that was a pretty bad Mania anyway. Both world title matches were crap. The cinematic matches were decent, but that's not really what wrestling is, and they don't do many of those. So you're getting introduced in the wrong way in a way with cinematic matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't fully understand the John Cena Firefly Funhouse match. I mean, I don't fully understand it now. I don't think anyone does. But yeah, I was very confused by that. But yeah, and then I didn't watch 37, and then I watched 38. Yeah, and then I was back 38 till now. I'm here. Yeah. So I came back with Cody in a way, but I mean, I wasn't that big of a Cody guy at that point.
Yeah, I mean, what I remember about that WrestleMania is that we were watching it, and then your phone died just as Cody was about to return. And then we didn't speak for the rest of the Mania.
That's right. Yeah, because we were messaging. We weren't in the same room. We were messaging while watching it, and my phone died. Cody came back. I didn't mark out because I don't know much of Cody. I knew him, but yeah. Plus, I mean, it's that Mania is the starting point of all the good stuff we've had. Kind of falls out of that Mania because it's not that good of a Mania, but it's all right. Yeah,
I agree with that. And you got Roman getting the 2 titles.
Yeah. It's like Vince's last hurrah as well because he has a match there.
Technically started then as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of starting points from that Mania. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I suppose you've kind of covered it in a way for yourself, which is how fandom has changed over time. Or at least, not fandom in general, because the fandom in general has changed massively and it's awful now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, fandom for yourself has changed, going from kind of looking at it to watching it to then knowing the lore.
Yeah. Well, I would say that I accumulated a lot of the lore very quickly.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think maybe I have a decent memory, but I feel between WrestleMania 38 and 39, I knew all the big points of the lore.
Yeah.
Fully down. I mean, I'm still learning now. I'm starting to. My reading is now reading about past Raws and SmackDowns.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel I accumulated the knowledge very quickly as opposed to some other fans.
True,
to be fair,
what we started watching stuff together was Money in the Bank 22.
That's right. Yeah.
So it wasn't long afterwards, and then. So our first WrestleMania together was 39, which, what a minute to start. Yeah,
great Mania. Absolutely fantastic. And we went 2 for 2 because 40 was great.
41 was fine as
well. 41 was
don't get me wrong.
It wasn't as good as the other two, but I didn't expect that.
Yeah, and then we started doing live events and stuff. Yeah. But it was so hit and miss with live events. But we've been to a couple of WWE ones.
Yeah, they're good. I mean,
Yeah, and then we've been to All In twice and going again this year.
Yeah. I hope my fandom changes so I can go to more of those, but with ticket prices, it feels like I'm going to go to less of those, which is a shame. But yeah, I feel now I don't I see all the rumors and stuff.
Yeah.
I see like all the news, whereas I didn't see that when we were first watching it.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm much more in the loop, but that literally just comes from like following more accounts on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I can just keep up on all that stuff.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just took a good year to revise.
Yeah.
And I had most of the information, or the majority. I'm still learning, as is everyone.
No, that's it, yeah.
But I won't go past 2000. Back the other way.
Yeah. I say 2001 is my cutoff. Anything past or before 2001, I'm
just
kind of struggling
not that
with.
bothered. Yeah.
I think it's mostly the wrestlers of that time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sitting for a Bret Hart Classic because I just know I'm going to be bored.
No, yeah. There's no way I'm ever watching the Iron Man match between Bret and Shawn. There's
no way. No. So, like, yeah, everything on my channel is like, luckily, I'm sat on like a good space where I can go, something of the past 25 years.
Yeah.
And it falls straight onto 2001.
Yeah, you've got that right now, yeah. Get as many of those videos out as possible.
Yeah, so I've got like, I've got one coming up for WrestleMania, obviously.
Yeah.
I believe I've got another one planned for SummerSlam.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
So it's like the big few. I don't know if I'll do it for Survivor Series. Survivor Series doesn't feel as big as it once was.
No, it's ruined now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, everyone says that we shouldn't do War Games. I think War Games, I'm happy for them to do it if the storyline requests it.
Yeah. But when you've had groups like the Judgment Day around for so long, you just set them up every year together. Like we did the year after year of Damage Control. Yeah. You do the year after year of Judgment Day, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it was last year that ruined it. Roman, Cody, Punk, and the Usos. It's just like the most nonsensical team.
No. The guys all hate each other.
Yeah, so that was ridiculous.
Because I was like, even if you look at, Roman and the Usos, no, Jay doesn't like Roman.
No, he doesn't.
He abused him during the Bloodline days.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's not great.
No, I agree. First pay-per-view we watched together, we said SummerSlam earlier, but SummerSlam 2019.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. In case you can't remember what the card is, it's Ember Moon and Bayley, which I don't feel like we had enough appreciation for, even though we know it's not the best match.
Yeah.
It's the one where the Fiend debuts.
Yeah, AJ Styles and Ricochet.
The Edge showed up on the pre-show.
And speared Elias.
Elias.
That was probably the biggest part.
Yeah.
For that.
And the main event was
Rollins and Lesnar.
Where Rollins won the title back.
Yeah. I don't remember much of that match, to be honest.
No.
He also had Kofi Kingston vs Randy Orton, which was bad.
Yeah.
So again, I feel like every start I have is crap.
Yeah, no, it's not great. But yeah, our watching stuff together started at Money in the Bank 2002.
2022. Not 2002.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yes. Which was Liv winning.
Yeah, Liv won and Austin Theory.
Yeah.
And there was two pretty terrible women's title matches on that as well.
Yep.
So there you go.
So again, we just cannot seem to hit a good point when it comes into doing stuff.
Since that one, we've watched every single one we can together. There's been a couple of exceptions, mostly from me. In fact, all from me.
No, I missed one because of download.
No, that's right. You missed. I
want to say it was Clash at the Castle. Clash in something.
Well,
no, because it's in June.
Yeah.
Download's in June.
No, I thought you missed the Champions League final, but you didn't miss a pay-per-view, maybe. Or...
I definitely have missed a pay-per-view, though.
Oh. Yeah. No, you probably have, actually. Oh, when you at work for Crown Jewel, the one where Roman faced Logan?
Yeah, but I watched it at work.
Yeah, that's true.
Because me and Ellie watched it in the pub.
Yeah, shitting yourself, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, Logan was so fresh that I was just like, please, God.
Just please don't. And they did the 2.99, which made everyone
It was such a good match. That was the annoying thing. It was like a really
It's
good
when
match.
Everyone kind of went, but he's so good, but we hate him.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But no, like, as far as pay-per-views you've missed, talk about last year.
Yeah, I missed the best two WWE pay-per-views last year.
And to be fair to you, you avoided all spoilers at all costs.
Really, I was really happy with that. Yeah, Elimination Chamber and SummerSlam, I missed those too.
So now when he says he's going to miss a pay-per-view, I get like a little bit excited. Because I'm a bit like, this might be absolute banger shit.
I managed to not spoil the John Cena heel turn or the Brock Lesnar return. And those are like the two biggest moments last year.
Yeah,
so I thought that was really impressive.
Yeah, to be fair. Because you were away, I think it was...
No, Elimination Chamber was my mate's birthday.
Yeah.
And SummerSlam, I was at a festival.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah.
But yeah, as soon as it's like comes... So
it's another running joke.
Running joke, there's like, Ewan's missing one.
Yeah, he starts celebrating. And I'm missing a bunch this year, so...
Yes, that's actually true. You're away for what? Backlash, Clash, whatever's in June, whatever's...
Yeah, there'll be a Night of Champions or something. Or
yeah, I think they've not announced it yet because it's supposed to be a Saudi pay-per-view, but they're not sure whether they're going or not.
I might be missing SummerSlam as well for the same festival. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going yet. But I will be. The last one I'll get to watch before I go to uni is Money in the Bank, and I will be around for that.
Yeah, I'm going to.
And all the ones at uni I can just Discord because or watch over video call, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, true.
But so that's talking about missed pay-per-views. I don't know why we got. I don't know. We got onto that, but
yeah. And so it's like one of the last things we do wrestling-wise together is All In.
Yep.
How did you enjoy the 2 All-Ins we've been to? Because not only did we go as because it's kind of funny because we went as a trio with my best mate as well.
Yeah.
So we kind of went as a die-hard wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Someone who knows of it, is into it, but not as much into the. And then we went with a complete non-fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had an interesting 3 takes.
Yeah.
Both All-Ins we went to, the ones that are in London, obviously. Yep. They were both great. Really great. I really loved the MJF Adam Cole storyline, so I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, because AEW for you is something that when we first went, you weren't really watching it, but you weren't going to pass up going to a wrestling event.
Yeah.
And then the second one, you were much more in the know.
Yeah.
And now you've tried going back and watching stuff, but you kind of dropped off doing that.
I did drop off doing that, yeah.
But you do watch every pay-per-view with me now.
Every pay-per-view I watch, yeah. So I'm fairly in the know. But yeah. MJF Adam Cole, great storyline, great match. It's a shame the storyline never really gets paid off in the way.
Oh, yeah. Talk about missed opportunities.
And then you had Will Ospreay vs Jericho on the first one. That was great.
Yep.
Stadium Stampede is a lot of fun to watch live. Specifically,
it's fun to watch live, but you do miss a fair bit.
Yeah, you miss a few things, because there's so much going on. And the second one, you had Swerve and Danielson, which is again another great storyline going into a match.
We were part of that Danielson entrance that everyone talks about.
Yeah, MJF and Ospreay had a really good match, and we had a run-in, which was pretty cool. I don't know, you don't get run-ins on house shows, obviously. True.
So we had our first blackout.
Yeah, when Sting came out. Yeah, and the arena went black. That was really cool. So we got a lot of the cool wrestling tropes that you
also we got the kind of a wrestling fan's dream.
Yeah,
we got, but not in the way that they wanted it. Which was we got the Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Which is a Royal Rumble.
It's a bit like a Royal. Yeah, it's basically a Royal Rumble, but with pinfall. Yeah, a lot of fun.
That was really cool.
Obviously,
a lot of big moments. You were marking out at Ricochet's debut.
Yeah. I almost dream of going to a Royal Rumble more than a WrestleMania almost.
Yeah.
Because, that'd be so crazy. It's
absolutely.
Obviously, I talk about it so much, but the ticket prices are such a shame. Not that they've done one here in,
what a 5 years.
When was it? We did Clash at the Castle in Scotland. Was that the last one they did here? Or am I missing one?
Yeah, it was Scotland, yeah.
Yeah, but that, again, even that...
Didn't we do we did Money in the Bank?
Yeah, that was the year before, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But even those are treks for us, it feels like.
Yeah.
Because, Scotland's, one way up and London's the other way.
Yeah, the last thing we went to live was Dynamite and Collision Holiday Bash.
Yeah, in Manchester.
In
Yeah, I'm begging for a big Manchester show. We all want it. And the Etihad
the thing is it's not like there's 2 massive stadiums in Manchester.
Old Trafford's a really famous stadium as well.
Yeah, they could quite easily do it there.
Yeah, I don't mind stepping into the bloody arsehole's den if it means we get a good show.
The awful red side of Manchester.
Yeah, I'll step in if it means I get a good show. Yeah.
But they could easily fill the Etihad for a Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And it's more central in the UK, so I feel like it's
everyone
can come to it. Yeah, I know London is the biggest city,
the easiest,
but it's almost out of the way.
Yeah.
So
if you live in the south, you're sorted.
Yeah.
You live in Newcastle.
It's a trek.
It really
and there's
is.
a lot of Geordie WWE fans.
Yeah, because they've got North up there, which where Kendry made a lot of his name.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I want to do now is to bring an NXT one over it.
Yeah,
I'd love to go to an NXT show.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean,
they did NXT Takeover London a few 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But,
to be fair, NXT it's in a rebuilding period.
True,
but I'd still be down to go. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point we're kind of any AEW show will try and look.
Yeah, I'd want to be there. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's March now, and I've already booked everything we need for All In. So
yeah, if they announced Royal Rumble for some anywhere in England, it doesn't matter. I'm getting my piggy bank out. We're starting
any pay-per-view, let alone Royal Rumble, just anything that we can afford, we'll go.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm willing to drop big bucks on a Rumble for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Forget Europe.
Yeah. Oh, I actually would.
But yeah, no, I feel like that's a good kind of ending point for this little first part.
The first part. There's 3 parts, is there?
Yes. So there's this part which is getting into it.
Yep.
We have wrestling types, which is the second part. So what we prefer, the wrestlers we like of all time, pet peeves, and then overrated and underrated. Yeah, which I feel like is going to spark all kinds of controversy with if people get around to it.
Look forward to those parts.
And then the third part is like personal preferences, so favorite pay-per-views, moments, what hooked us onto wrestling, and favorite matches and current superstars.
Yeah.
And then I mean, we can, if people have good ideas, do comment them below.
Yeah, why not?
We can do podcasts about that kind of stuff. But it's kind of just to make sure the channel doesn't fade away while Ewan is away. Pretty much.
Consistency is key.
Yeah. So I'm trying to put 9 videos together in 9 weeks.
Yeah.
I might have actually put up a little bit more, but it's all, I'd rather have more than less because I can upload those when we're between podcasts.
Yeah.
So
closing out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I think that's pretty much everything for the first part.
Isn't it great to be alive? And no, that's how he opens. Oh. How does he close it? How does he close this?
By punching someone in the face and walking away.
So I will punch the monitor and then we will stop the video.
But yes, thank you very much for listening with us. Again, it's not anything much visually, but I mean, it's a podcast, so you just listen to it, really.
That's the hope.
So, thank you very much for listening along.
Have a nice time.